Hey, Tim Votapka here. I'm the VP and Director of Marketing at Prosperity Plus, in case you didn't already know that. And what I want to do in the next few minutes is give you some tips, pointers, real world examples of what you can do to make those Zoom calls and some of your self-made videos perhaps a bit more professional, a little more enjoyable, a little more rememberable, and certainly a little more comfortable for you who's actually the one in front of the camera lens. And I've given these out to a number of clients over the last couple of years and see what you can do with it. So first off, there are 7 of them. So let's take a look. So first off, be mindful of whatever background noise you may have before you hit record on your device. So that you're going to want to mute any electronic devices in your office or in your area that could ring, buzz, or vibrate. Even the ones that vibrate silently on a desktop, they're deadly because you can hear the microphone will pick that up. So you do all that before you get ready to do your recording. Certainly you want to make sure that your device, if you're going to be using a phone for instance, is not held up like this, but held up horizontally. And the reason for that is when you go to have this put together in perhaps another piece of video where it might be part of another montage or other B-roll clip or footage, when you do it this way, it's going to look odd because the ratio is going to be off. So just remember to turn it around. And I would also suggest you get a little tripod that will keep that steady. Because the worst thing that can happen is you get camera shake during your video. And I hate when that happens. It happens to me every now and then. So always beware of what is in back of you before you start your video. For those of you who are not using virtual backgrounds, I'll get to that in a second. But take a look around. Make sure you actually frame it and check it out. Now, over here, it's a typical office. Not so bad. Honestly, I hate that cord, so I always make sure I sort of scooch over to get in front of it. But if there's nothing politically nasty or otherwise, you're good to go. This is fairly neutral and fairly professional, so we're good. Obviously, the lighting isn't bad either. I've got to make sure that I don't position myself in front of a brightly lit window where I'm going to be squinting and have all kinds of weird blobs of light coming in on me. I do use a ring light quite frequently. There it is, little halo. And play with it. You know, you got to also, for those of you like me wear glasses, it can be a little tricky so that you don't have little Orphan Annie eyes when you do your recording. So do these things, play with them, and have some fun with it. Make sure it looks good before you go to sit down. Watch out for any objects or items that could be growing in back of your head. So you'll notice I don't have any plants or odd things or pictures that could look like they're coming out my ears or anything like that. Let's see. Oh, very important. Position your device at a level that is on the same height as your face. Okay. Don't be doing, ones that, you got your laptop down on your desk or your desktop, or the camera's down here, or your phone is down here, and everyone's looking up and seeing a beautiful view of the inside of your nose or your chin or chins, depending upon your situation, or any other, fillings that might be in there when you might laugh. So it doesn't take much. It takes a couple of boxes, move the camera around. It's okay to have the camera a little off to the side. Mine is right now pretty much dead center, but I've done situations where I've gone off to the side a little bit. That actually can be kind of cool, because then you can have text overlaid in post editing. And I do that a lot, where if we're going to be doing a presentation and you're going to want to have a little sort of caption area, that really works out pretty well. If you're recording your video by yourself, as I am doing this, and you don't have anybody actually touching your device, I would say hit the record button several seconds before you're actually ready to start. So you're going to hit record. It's okay to have that lag time. You can sniff, you can take a drink of water, you can do nothing, you can sit still. That margin that you're creating is terrific for somebody who, like me, I will edit and trim so that you're not starting too abruptly, and the video footage is there so I can trim it and have a nice little gentle fade in from black or something like that. Same thing on the end of it, pause yourself, let it go quiet. Might seem awkward, but let it run. 1002, 1003, go to 510, I don't care, because that can all be excess, can all be trimmed out. We're not dealing with film anymore, it's all digital, so go ahead and waste it. Let's see, try a few test shots yourself. Again, you won't have any film to waste, and you're not going to be chewing up studio time. So you can't go wrong with experimenting. Hit record, play it, critique it. You'll be all by yourself, so who's there to embarrass you? So give it a try. A couple of lead-in suggestions. This one comes up a lot. It's your voice. Don't try to become a movie star overnight. Just because you're on camera now, it's get used to looking at the lens, and that there's no person there without making eye contact with you. It does seem strange, I grant you that, but continue to be yourself. So just say what you would normally say to someone talking. You just say, hello, I'm John Doe, I'm Tim Votapka. I'm here taking a break from the normal course of the day's activities to discuss underwater basket weaving with you. And give me 10 minutes, I'm going to walk you through 6 points about the finer points about underwater basket weaving. Number 1, hold your breath. Number 2, go underwater. Use your fingers if you want to. Just make sure that you're not holding up the wrong finger at the wrong time. You can have a sense of humor. You can laugh if you feel like you have said something funny. I know that can also be awkward. Just try these things, okay? Don't get tense. Don't get worried about it. And when closing the video, you can even say things like, now let's see, I think I've covered everything. Let me go back. I covered what I was going to tell you. I covered the first thing. I covered the second thing. The last thing, I think, and one more thing. You can be as conversational as you want to be. So now that we're doing more and more of these videos, and I'm pushing clients to do more of them, in interview type settings, success stories, little short how-tos. Even if you're introducing something that will lead to another video, say one of your manufacturers or one of your suppliers has a great video on some piece of equipment, and all you need to do is introduce it or set it up. So that's what these things are being used for. So take real care to be sure that those things are in. They're not hard to do, and next thing you know, you'll be looking at a whole archive full of things that you could put on your website, on your YouTube channel, on your Facebook and LinkedIn pages, and so forth. We are at a point now where people, unfortunately, do not like to read. They like to watch. So we have to give them what they want. So that's it, short and sweet, and I'm looking forward to helping you with your next video series. And if you need anything, you holler anytime. You can always reach me at 631-382-7762, and I'll put all that information in the anchor at the end. Talk to you soon.